Yo, what's good, everybody? And thank you for tuning in to another Tyler Perry Sistas review. If this is your first time coming to my channel, welcome. If you are a returning family member, then you already know what it is and what it always will be. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Tell somebody to tell somebody if you choose to. But if not, just sit back, relax while we get into this messy thing. Now, this is the synopsis for season 8, episode 16, entitled Choose You. Agent Josh Watt make promising threats to Zach and Fatima, but changes his mind with a little convincing. Marie Willis confronts the sister circle about their questionable decisions. I'm going to start with the latter. So we're going to deal with Miss Marie first. Now, Miss Marie Willis, I mean this respectfully, with the utmost disrespect. Okay, how? How are you going to confront the sister circle about their questionable decisions when you just stopped hunching hating 2 weeks ago? Literally 2 weeks ago. You was hunching hating in his office, at a hotel room, no telling where you've had this man. Yet, you want to approach the sister circle about their questionable decisions? Ma'am, who's going to question you about your questionable decisions? What the hell are you going to tell them? That's what I want to know. I'm sincerely curious about what the hell Miss Marie is going to tell the sister circle. I can imagine her saying something like this. You know, if you stack your money, build your empire, like me, you too can be hunching the tenderoni when you're at the ripe age of 62. Like, what are you going to tell them? If it's not about business, because I think Miss Marie has a great business mind, great. If you're going to talk to them about how they should conduct themselves business-wise, okay. But if she's trying to approach these women on a personal level, no, ma'am. That is not your field. That is not your lane. I'm going to need you to sign out and let someone else do it. Now that I got that out the way, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. The sister circle, as well as Fatima, need some wisdom imparted into their lives because their decisions have been questionable. I do agree with that. However, like I just stated earlier, I'm just not sure that Miss Marie is the person to do it. And I will say, I do think it's important, you know, besides the fact that Miss Marie was hunching hating, I want to give her a pass on that, but I just can't. I can't give her a pass on that. I think it is vitally important for each and every one of these women to have someone who is seasoned, someone who is a little bit older, someone who has more experience to try to talk some sense into them. And when I say talk some sense into them, I'm just speaking of being reasonable and really speaking to them from a place of maybe experience, a place where there is no bias, and a place where she actually wants to see these women succeed and excel both personally and professionally, and to know that Miss Marie came from humble beginnings and she's been able to acquire wealth and she's been able to acquire a great reputation and esteem amongst her colleagues. I think that's great to see a black woman in that space. I hate the fact that they had her hunching hating, because to me it was just a strike. You know, it was a crimson red flag towards her, but then again, she is human. However, I really want this particular storyline to be of substance and value. And we all know that we can read these synopses, think it's going to be one thing, and then it's totally different. But if Miss Marie is truly going to come from a place of sincerity, I'm here for it. But if it's just something that's supposed to be for a quick laugh, I'm not here for it. And I really hope that they do not go in that direction. Now, going to the top of this synopsis, it talks about Agent Watt, who is making these threats towards Zach and Fatima. And what I have just come to the conclusion of, and I've said this in multiple videos, is that, and I could be wrong, but this is just what I'm going to say because it's what I feel. I believe that the writers truly had no clear path or direction for the characters of Zach and Fatima. The fact that they are being threatened by Agent Watt, the fact that they are even being considered suspects, the fact that they are even on Agent Watt's radar is wild to me. Because for what? Like, honestly, for what? You really have reduced these characters to pretty much trying to find out who possibly tried to take Gary up out of here, and now he's making promising threats towards them. However, it says he changes his mind with a little convincing. Now, this has Madam written all over it. in my opinion. It has Madam written all over it, and I want Madam to stay over there on BET Plus on All the Queen's Men. I have some regret that they even introduced Madam as Fatima's cousin, because now everything that goes on, Madam has to be a part of it, and she has to be a part of the conversation. However, that's the direction I'm going in, because I'm trying to figure out who has enough pull, who has enough influence to make Agent Watt change his mind, because we all know that Agent Watt is a prick. Agent Watt is disrespectful and distasteful. So I'm not too sure there are many people who can make this man change his mind other than the likes of Madam. But we're going to see what happens. That's just my take on it. But this is for episode 16, entitled Choose You. And this title makes me think that someone is going to be faced with a dilemma of decisions and choices, and then they make the decision to choose themselves. And I need all of these women to choose themselves, not saying they cannot be in a relationship, but just choose to begin to esteem themselves, to look at themselves in a different light, and put themselves in a position to acquire certain things out of life, out of their partners, out of their professional lives, even out of themselves, even out of their relationship amongst one another. But we gonna see what happened, y'all. We gonna see what happened come season 8, episode 16, entitled Choose You. Miss Marie, you better come on with the come on, lady. I ain't got time for your foolishness. But I just can't get over Miss Marie Hunter hating, y'all. And then I think about, they need to sprinkle Tamara up in here, because I feel like Miss Marie could actually be a great role model to Tamara, but that ain't gonna never happen, because went off on this girl and told her that you don't have gray, it's glitter. I said, you know what? I did like that line. I ain't gonna even front. Miss Marie, don't disappoint me. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Thank y'all for listening. I greatly appreciate you. If you new here, I appreciate you. If you've been here for a long time, I appreciate you. If you've been here for a very short time, I appreciate you. So let's just have fun. Let's enjoy this great new year full of blessings, full of new mercies, full of new opportunities. And so I thank you guys for listening. Until next time, I will holler at y'all later, and y'all be safe out there.